On this day in 1975, emergency was declared, and then began what has been the biggest blot on Indian democracy. There are leaders who lived through those 21 months. I have with me former Vice President of India, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. You have often said that there should be lessons in textbooks for young students to know what really happened during those days. You have lived through those months. Yes. Would you recall for us?
Yes, I am very particular on what you have said just now about making this as a syllabi for the students to know what has happened to the country in 1975, emergency, why, how, and then how it was lifted. All these things must be made known to the youngsters because they are the future of the country. Secondly, I was sitting in a student meeting at the time. Friends were discussing, chatting. Suddenly a message came to me saying that emergency is going to be imposed. Emergency was a word which is not that much familiar with us. And then they said, please go underground. That was the message from ABVP. So I skipped away from the meeting and then slipped to some other town and changed my attire and all. 2.5 months I avoided emergency, arrest. And I was going around on a scooter, taking one of the girls who was a co-worker behind me so that people do not suspect me. And then changing little attire and all, I used to go around and then distribute pamphlets, drop pamphlets in cinema halls against emergency, distribute this Vande Mataram newspaper, etc. That's how we campaigned against emergency. Later, one fine evening, when I was returning back to Vijayawada to give back the scooter of my friend, the manager of the theatre, owner, who is my friend, that manager was telling Circle Inspector, you are searching for Venkaiah Naidu, sir. That fellow is innocent, he do not know all this. He said he has taken scooter from Seshibhushan Babu, he will be coming back. So the inspector was waiting there, and I came there, he caught hold of my hand. I told Ramurthy, what are you doing? I know that him. He said, DSP is there behind, please cooperate. Then they arrested me, put me inside jail for 17.5 months.
17.5 months you were in jail.
Yes.
And that was the time when all the student leaders were in jail.
Most of the student leaders were in jail. And because the reason they have cited for my arrest was that I invited Jayaprakash Narayan to the university. I was chairman of the Students' Union. And then we heard about the Gujarat Navnirman movement and also this Chhatra Andolan of Bihar. There was movement against Abdul Ghaffur, late Abdul Ghaffur government, against corruption, against price rise, all those things. And JP was invited to Bihar. He came there and then he started addressing rallies and all. So there he has given a call. So I invited him to my university. He addressed the students. Students were very much impressed.
So that was the charge against you? Just an invitation for Jayaprakash Narayan?
Just an invitation for Jayaprakash Narayan. I was not in politics. I was not a member of any political party, but they cited this as a reason. MISA, Maintenance of Internal Security Act. Of course, we jocularly, lightly used to call it as Maintenance of Indira Security Act.
Okay. And those 17 months in jail, you must have met all your ABVP friends, all of them were in jail at that time. Who among the present leaders were in jail at that time, sir?
At that time in different places, of course, Sushil Modi was in Bihar. Ram Vilasji also was in Bihar. Not ABVP, but student activist and all. In the present generation, only Mr. Hari Babu, who is the governor of Mizoram now, he was in jail, along with me in the same jail. But I had the fortune of being in the company of veterans, freedom fighter Teneti Viswanathan, who was a member of parliament, former minister in undivided Andhra Pradesh, that is presidency. Tamil Nadu, Andhra and all used to be together. So he was there in the jail. And one Ravi Shastri, the leftist revolutionary writer, great poet, he was there. A lot of other people also were there. So we used to chit-chat, discuss among ourselves, exchange our views.
17 months. What about
17
your...
months, 21 days.
And what about your family?
My family, I must tell you, I got married and I completed my degree. So by the time I went to university, I was already married. So my wife, poor lady, she was in a village, in my maternal uncle's daughter. She was in the village, just people used to go and then tell her that he is not going to come back, Indirama is not going to release these readers and all. But still, she was having that much confidence that I'll come back one day. And she waited. And finally, emergency was lifted because the IB advised Indiraji that everything is fine. Trains are moving, buses are going, roads are peaceful, no strike, nothing. People are happy with emergency. So you can lift emergency. And then already there was international public opinion against India and against Madam Gandhi. So believing the story, IB story, she has lifted emergency and ordered elections. And I was released from jail. To my surprise, evening news was that I am selected as a parliament candidate at that young age. So I came out of university and went to jail. And from jail, I came out and then filed my nomination as a candidate for the Lok Sabha.
So 17 and a half months of pure learning.
Yes. And there was another interesting episode. The news came that the rising star of Indian politics, late Sanjay Gandhi, is coming to Visakhapatnam, our university, that area. So we got message that Sanjay Gandhi is coming here, and Mr. Raghuramaya, late Raghuramaya, who was the Parliamentary Affairs Minister in Srimati Gandhi's cabinet, he wanted to bring Sanjay and launch him politically. He used the phrase, rising star of Indian politics, Sanjay Gandhi. So we got message that we should disturb that meeting. So next day we pretended as if stomach ache, and some of us referred to the hospital, King George Hospital, KG Hospital. And the protest of stomach ache and all, there is a medical officer in jail, but ordinary illness and all he will cure. If there is severe this thing beyond his this thing, then he used to refer us to government hospital. There our fellow students came and we planned, and then we have decided to disturb his meeting. Meeting took place. The beginning of the meeting, and Raghuramaya rose to speak and said, "I am introducing you to the rising star of Indian politics." So the moment he mentioned that, the students started shouting, "Snake, snake, snake." And everybody was looking the other side and then trying a lot of jostling and pushing and all. Snake, snake, snake. These boys, some of them, they carried water snakes in plastic sachets. And then they opened it there. So people thought real snakes are coming, and then they ran helter-skelter, and the police started meanwhile lathi charging also. The entire meeting got disturbed. The superintendent of police, he sent a report to the government saying that this boy is doing mischief in jail. He should be shifted from Visakhapatnam. So I was shifted from there to Hyderabad jail, where there were large number of detainees, and it was a further knowledge for me because interaction with a lot of other seniors also.
And sir, these days we hear a lot about Save the Constitution call which has been given by the Congress party. What are the thoughts that come on your mind?
See, I don't want to make political comments because I have occupied a constitutional position of Vice President of India. But Constitution, safeguarding Constitution means safeguarding democracy, safeguarding fundamental rights. And people should remember, that's why I say this emergency should be part of the syllabus, and the younger generation, present generation, they should know about emergency, about the strengthening of the fundamental rights and the freedom of press, etc. That's why I said it. Protecting democracy is protecting Constitution. The Constitution, rule of law. So I need not further comment on what these people are saying. Yes, Constitution has to be safeguarded. But Constitution, people who changed the Constitution number of times, if they raise that slogan, it will not carry much conviction.